This is Guitar Hero for the DS. In 2005, Guitar Hero was released for the PS2. It was highly successful, and a year later a sequel was released again for the PS2 and a few months later for the Xbox 360. It was a time of when YouTube was just starting, American Idol was the #1 show, and the hottest phones were the Sidekicks and the Razors. I remember everyone in middle school was obsessed with Guitar Hero, and my school even held a competition trying to relate to the kids. The only time we weren't playing Guitar Hero was when we weren't home to play them. In June 2008, Guitar Hero On Tour was released for the Nintendo DS. 3 games were released for the DS, the other 2 were Guitar Hero Decades and Modern Hits. The games came packaged with a peripheral named the Guitar Grip that attached to the Game Boy Advance slot on the bottom of the DS. It had 4 buttons instead of 5 like on the console versions. The Guitar Grip had a wrist strap on the back where you would slide your hand through and hold the DS on its side. The game used the DS screens in a vertical orientation, and the top screen showed the main part of the game, while the bottom screen displayed the guitar. The gameplay consisted of using the included pick to strum the guitar on the touchscreen while hitting the buttons on the Guitar Grip, basically using the touchscreen as a strumming bar from the original versions. In the career mode, you create a band name for your band and play at various stages and get paid after every performance. You can use the money in the game to buy new guitars or clothing for your character. As you progress throughout the game, you unlock new songs and venues to perform in. Sometimes they took away a lot of money after a song for some random fees, and it always gave me a laugh at what the game came up with. Ripped t-shirt? Smashed guitar? One of the funnest parts of the game was Guitar Duels, where you can play against a computer or someone with another DS. In this mode, you basically battle against an opponent, and you both perform the song while you try to sabotage each other's games. You thought Monopoly destroyed friendships? What's that, you're about to hit a 50-note streak? Nope, the guitar's on fire. Ooh, you're trying to get ahead, huh? How about you sign an autograph? Or you try playing with a broken guitar string? This mode of the game was my favorite when you had someone to play with. It really used the hardware in the DS by taking advantage of the microphone and touchscreen to throw in some surprises in the core gameplay, without taking too much from the experience away. As far as the difficulty of the game did have an easy, medium, hard, and an expert mode. I found medium to be the sweet spot for me, but more experienced players will probably find it too easy. But I think the nature of the peripheral itself added to the difficulty. The game recommends keeping your wrist straight when you're playing, but unfortunately the game does strain your wrist, sometimes as soon as just one song. No matter what positions I tried, I couldn't play any longer than a few songs without taking a break. Sure, it may not be the best way to play Guitar Hero, but it's still a great experience on the DS. Even if you never play outside of your house like I did, it still has its advantages. Maybe someone has a console set up in their living room, and people are trying to watch TV or have a conversation. The regular Guitar Hero is kind of noisy and distracting, even if you were to use headphones. On the other hand, the DS version can be played on the sofa next to someone enjoying a movie or in the bed. It can also serve as a perfect companion for someone who was and is still a Guitar Hero fan. I might have stopped playing since the craze, but there are plenty of people who never stopped playing or whose favorite game or games were the Guitar Hero series. I'm certain they will never be anything like the DS version with its unique peripherals. The only way I could see something similar is if Nintendo decided to do that with the Switch. It would either have to be its own portable guitar, but I think an approach similar to the DS would be the most feasible. Maybe they can make special Joy-Cons that have the same layout as a guitar grip, on each side for left and right players, and the screen would be split in half and orientated, with one half being the game and the other half being the touchscreen guitar like on the DS. In fact, I think it would work better than the DS since the Switch would feel more comfortable on your forearm, and it would feel more durable as a giant slab versus a folding device. But I doubt that would ever happen because it would just be too much for Nintendo to justify, unless it was a Switch exclusive. I think the most realistic approach would be a new Guitar Hero or reboot for all consoles, just like they tried a few years ago. And for the handheld mode on the Switch, it would probably just be button layouts for the controls. The DS Guitar Hero series is a perfect view into what the cool and wacky peripherals that were released back in the day on the DS had to offer. It has its flaws, but you can still enjoy Guitar Hero on the go, and I give the Guitar Hero DS series a 7.5 out of 10 Luigis.